There have been 57 days since the announcement of Judge Kavanaugh's nomination on July 9 and today's confirmation hearing. This is a longer period of time than senators had for Justices Sotomayor, Kagan, and Gorsuch. Justice Kavanaugh also submitted over 17,000 pages with his bipartisan Judiciary Committee questionnaire, the most extensive questionnaire ever returned by a nominee to the Supreme Court. The committee also received more than 440,000 pages of documents related to his service in the executive branch. This, too, is more than any Supreme Court nominee to date. As has been said earlier, in fact, it's more than the last 5 nominees combined. I applaud Chairman Grassley and his dedicated staff for their tireless work in reviewing these documents and making the vast majority publicly available as quickly as possible. And frankly, Mr. Chairman, I believe the American people appreciate your efforts, your transparency, and your commitment to a fair process. Now, I want to make one side note. It was said here today that the number of documents provided by now Justice Kagan, who was also a nominee who had served in the White House and had many, many documents relating to her service, that 99% of the documents requested for her were provided. One problem with that fact, and that is that when Justice Kagan was before us, she had been the Solicitor General. There were probably more pages relevant to her service there than to your service. We don't know the number because the Republicans agreed, after a strong disagreement with the Democrats, that we wouldn't request those documents because the White House claimed they were sensitive. The Democrats have not made that agreement with the Republicans this time. But it's notable, I think it's incredibly important to note, that this argument that is going on today about the balance of document production is simply a trumped-up argument. These facts aside, many of my colleagues continue to criticize this process. Their motives are clear. Use any means available to attempt to delay the confirmation process of a well-qualified jurist fit for the job indefinitely.